Hi people, welcome back to our channel. I hope you're all doing well in these crazy times. We thank you for joining us today. We wanted to share with you today really our decision making, or the decisions we came to when it comes to buy or to build in Africa. We went through a lot of ups and downs when it comes to these decisions, and there were a number of factors that we went through. We want to share that with you so it can help you as well. If you decide to relocate to Africa or any other continent, do you buy or do you build? You know? Yeah. So what were you thinking about initially when you were thinking about going back to Africa in terms of, you know, the lifestyle and other options, other things?
Really, it all came as a shock, and all I wanted was a comfortable home. You know, I needed to make sure that the home would have a garden. That was the number one priority. You know, where I could grow anything I wanted, and I wanted to have the opportunity to turn my home into a Garden of Eden.
Garden of Eden.
Yeah, because here in the UK, I grow herbs in my back garden. I grow vegetables. I grow plants as well. So I want to be able to do that. Yeah, if we had to relocate to Ghana, I wanted to have the opportunity to do all that, and also I wanted to have to make sure that, you know, the rooms were sizable, because obviously the rooms we have here in the UK, they're quite small.
Very small.
Yeah, the UK homes are really small. So I wanted that much space, and of course I wanted a walk-in wardrobe. Yes, I wanted all that. I wanted it to be comfortable, because for me, building that, whether we're going to build or we're going to buy the house, it would be a place that I would call home. You know? Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What about in terms of I like the way you talked about the organic food, and that's key to me, because we like to eat organically as much as possible. We're finding these days in the UK that the prices are beginning to rise when it comes to organic food, and how many people can actually afford that. So you end up sometimes defaulting to the basic food, and we don't really know whether they are GM foods or not. We don't really know what goes into them. The good thing about moving to Africa is that you can plant in your own garden. As long as you have enough land, you can plant your own organic food and to really have quality control over what you're eating. And that's another great thing about moving to the continent.
Yeah, for me, when I thought of moving to Africa, I was actually thinking of regaining my freedom. You know, because here, when the
freedom,
the virus hit, you know, everything, you know, was being controlled. You can see that travel was controlled, everything was controlled.
Still controlled, yeah.
Yes, and I didn't like that. Being an African, you will know that your freedom is your number one priority.
Yes.
So I wanted, for me, I realized that, look, with all these things happening, Africa is the only way out.
Yeah, I mean,
the only option.
We've been under house arrest for almost a year now, you know.
And it's so funny, because when you talk to people back home, they don't get it.
Yeah.
Not as much. They don't really get it, because it's something they have never really conceived in their minds.
The sun is shining
really,
over
they don't get. It's like you're just talking and talking and talking. You're just not getting anywhere. So for me, it was just about getting my freedom back. So another thing for me was the value system. When I mean values, I mean you know, the way we're brought up in Africa, there's a lot of respect, and there's certain values which are biblical values. You know, there are certain values in the Bible that are actually our culture. You know, and with the way things are going on in the world right now, and I don't need to say that, but you understand what I mean. The height or the level of morality is kind of degrading, isn't it? Degenerating.
Completely degenerated.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. So you still want to bring up your child in that community, in that the way we were brought up, you know. So I think you kind of feel a little bit, you know, rest assured that your child is growing up in a kind of environment that's full of great morals like you had when you were growing up.
Anyway, so considering all of what we just said, it further cemented our desire to or our choice to relocate back to Africa. But then we were faced with the decision that I said in the beginning: do we build or do we buy? Now, obviously, we considered a number of factors here. There are a number of factors. The prime factor being cost, the cost to build versus the cost to buy, the timing of our relocation. You know, when do we actually want to get down there? Our design preferences or our building preferences, the security of our chosen area, a number of these factors. And to be fair, initially, I know that you know, I can be a bit impatient sometimes. So I just said, oh, let's just go and buy a house in a gated community or an apartment, whatever it may be, however our funds will stretch to, and just get it over and done with, you know. And I did research a number of options, two different options. The first one, I want to show you a few pictures or a little clip on it. I went to a site called, or a company called Rehoboth Properties. It's coming on your screen. Rehoboth, Rehoboth Properties, and they're a property developer in Ghana who have various houses and apartments across Accra and some other regions. Initially, I looked at one called Knightsbridge. You can see it on your screen right now. It's a lovely community. I like community because I love people. I like to interact with people. It's a gated community. You know, it has tennis courts, a shop, a bank, you know, a recreational area for the kids. You know, a lovely place in an area called Kwabenya in Accra. And again, the cost was good. I just had a look at their websites again now, and the cost for a 3-bedroom apartment ranges from about $54,000 to about $64,000, which is pretty good, you know. And
let me just, you know, when I saw those buildings, I went like, wow. I mean, the gated community looked so beautiful. Africa, Ghana is so beautiful. I tell you, these are things that they don't get to show us. We don't get to see. But I was really happy that I saw things like that. I saw beautiful buildings like that. I saw, you know, there's safety. You feel safe around, I mean, within your community.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that people believe they have here in the UK, you could even get that.
And more.
Back home.
Yeah.
Just explore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then, you didn't want to live in a box, did you? Tell them about that.
Don't mind.
You know, 3-bedroom. I found a 3-bedroom deluxe apartment on, you know, in fact, a penthouse was on the top floor, and the boss did not want to live in a box. Why didn't you want to live in a box? I was happy with it.
I'm not the boss. He's the boss. Right. I didn't want to live in a box. Not that I meant to call it a box, but it's like being, you know, just being in that little, you know, not little, that kind of container, I would call it. You see, I had this dream, you know, of a dream home. I wanted, you know, a proper home where I could have my garden and have the kids play around. I want the grass, I want the trees, I want the flowers. I wanted to plant those things myself. And I wanted to stay on my own and not have to, you know, look around like neighbors. Not that I don't want neighbors, but, you know, just wanted kind of, it could be in a gated community, but I still want to get myself a little bit, you know. And I wanted to have a big garden.
Right.
You know, because I didn't want to buy food per se. I wanted to grow everything from scratch. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah.
You know,
completely sustainable, right?
Yeah, completely sustainable.
Yeah.
You know, and that way I will feel very happy with myself, because it's all it means, the dream I've always had in my head. And then again, I wanted to be able to design my kitchen. Yeah. My bedroom, my windows, everything. I wanted to be part of it. You know, because sometimes when, I've seen homes that people built for you and maybe just rented them, but it's not really your desire, not really what you want.
Yeah.
But if we're going home, I mean, this is home now. I need to make everything home.
Exactly.
For me.
All right.
Yeah.
Understood. So, guys, that was knocked on its head. So that got a thumbs down. So here, I decided to go back to the drawing board. Went on a second option, which is another lovely gated community I found called Appolonia, which is in an area near OUB in Accra. And again, a lovely place. These are houses, not apartments. And it's a beautiful place. You can see it coming up on your screen right now as well. A few pictures and a short video for you. It's a lovely complex. You can have a look at the website yourself. And there we looked at some 4-bedroom houses, and they were quite nice, to be fair. But again, price-wise, their 4-bedroom properties, detached houses, range from $175,000 at a time to about $195,000 in that bracket. Again, compared to UK prices, that's pretty reasonable. But obviously, the disadvantages there is that the house is fixed, the design is fixed. You can't change the design. One significant disadvantage is that it's on a half a plot, and in Ghana, a standard plot is typically 70 feet by 100 feet. So this was 70 feet by 50 feet. So it's on half a plot. Still a decent size, but it's half a plot that you're getting for that amount of money. They were quite flexible up on it. You could take a mortgage out. You could pay by installments. Pretty good option as well. But it was costly, and again showed it to the missus. We were happy with it, but I think you still had that internal drive that you wanted to create your own house. You wanted to build your own house. You wanted something to create. You wanted to have your own creation, really.
Yes, I wanted to put my mark, the crystal mark of it.
That's right.
But the thing is, he himself is an electrical design engineer.
Yeah.
So I've always dreamt that if we had our own home, or when we had our own home, he would be the person to design all the electrical fittings, you call it?
Electrical design of the buildings,
Yeah, it's something that I'm going to be so proud of.
Yeah.
Nobody does it better than he does it. So I felt that, that's the opportunity for you to showcase what you've been doing for other people for years. And also, we are going to Africa to help to develop, to bring income opportunities to people as well.
Exactly.
You think about the business opportunities there for you.
Exactly.
With your, engineering skills. You could do something with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and whilst, my wife had that inner desire to create and put her own mark and build her own house. Yeah, the idea sounded great to me initially. But there's always a problem of, one, finding a trustworthy person to, if you like, manage the project whilst you're not there, finding a good quality and recommended builder, and also being able to understand the many traps that are involved. The many pitfalls that you need to understand in order to not fall in the pit itself. And like in all things, we are believers in Yeshua HaMashiach. We are believers in Yehovah Elohim. So we went in prayers.
Yeah.
We went in prayers and in fasting on this topic, and really we give glory to Yehovah that we found a trustworthy relative who offered to project manage our build. Wow, that was incredible, and that was an answer to her prayers and an answer to our dreams, really. And we're happy to say, we thank Yehovah to say that we are 4.5 months into the build of our project, and in the next video series we want to take you step by step, really, of where we got the designs from, and these were affordable architectural and structural designs, and we'll share with you that as well. And the whole process, really, from acquiring the land, and the pros and cons, what to be careful with, because there are significant dangers that you can get into in terms of losing your money if you don't tick all the boxes and make sure all the paperwork is in place. So I want to take you through that step by step, really, so you can understand what we've been through and what we've created to date over the past 4.5 months. So really stay tuned to get that information.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I know that when you talk about relatives helping you to build your property whilst you're here, people kind of frown at it. I understand, because there are lots of stories. In fact, when I kind of we shared that story with some close relatives, they were, are you sure? But then we prayed, we were just blessed. So I can't just say go and just get a relative to build a property. For us, it was divine favor.
Yes,
you understand? We prayed and the Most High directed us and got us an uncle who's been doing incredibly marvelous on the job. So it's something you want to be very careful about. So we just got blessed with that.
Exactly. So it's a everyone needs to evaluate their own circumstance and make the right decision. But Africa is definitely the way forward and the best option in our opinion. The sun is shining and the weather is sweet.
And sorry, one more thing. it's amazing to know that, because people have all these stories about you can't trust people in Africa. Come on, we found somebody, a relative we trust. You
Absolutely.
know, yes, and he's doing incredibly well. We our people can be trusted. There are still great people. I believe that we have more people. I mean, people who, how do you put it?
More people who can be trusted than those who cannot be. Yeah.
So I believe that we have more people who could be trusted than those who cannot be trusted. You see, yeah. So don't let any negative thoughts or stop you from going forward to achieve your dream.
Exactly. And at the same time, if you choose to buy a build as well, there are many options, many beautiful options for you as well. You know, even more than what we just showed you. So guys, that's it for today. We thank you very much for taking. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Do us a favor. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that you know every single time we upload a new video. We plan to do it at least once a week from the Asher and Gad channel. So please stay tuned. And until next time,
it's Ayi Mensah.
Thanks guys. All the best. Take care now. Bye bye.